Hey guys, welcome back to Supercar Street Racing, and on my lap today we have the INVERTERTEK power inverter. This is a 500 watt power inverter, and we're going to be taking a look at this today, all the features, what you can do with this, how much it costs, everything today on Supercar Street Racing. Hey guys, welcome back to Supercar Street Racing unboxing, and we're going to take a look today at this INVERTERTEK 500 watt power inverter. Now what this does, it converts your DC 12 volt power to 110 volt for like home use for anything in your home, and it is 500 watt capable. Now on the ad here for the power inverter on Amazon, we can see here that it has a nominal input voltage of 12.8 to 13.2 volts, and its output frequency is 60 hertz, and it has a continuous power output up to 500 watts. It also has a 2 amp USB port, so if you want to charge something directly or power something directly from USB, it is right on the inverter right there. So what's in the package with it? Supposedly from the ad, it has a 500 watt power inverter inside here, a cigar lighter plug that you can connect to the terminals, a battery clip terminal, and 4 fuses and 1 user manual. Now let's take a look at some of the features of the power inverter, and it comes with these features. It has up to 1,000 watts of peak power, and it comes with battery clamps and a cigarette lighter adapter. It says it's small yet powerful, that it has dual 110 volt AC outlets and USB charging ports, ideal for charging tablets, game players, Kindles, digital cameras, TV, cell phone lights, power tools, or any other household applications. It also includes 2 options for actually powering it. You can actually use the cigarette lighter plug, or you can use a clamp as to clamp it onto your positive and negative terminals in your battery, on your car battery. It says that it's a user-friendly design. It's aluminum, and that's supposed to protect it from any drops and bumps. And it has a smart cooling fan, which hopefully only comes on when it gets under load. And it can increase, I think, in fan speed as well. So yeah, that's everything that comes inside of the power inverter here, the INVERTERTEK. Now this thing weighs about 1.5 pounds, so it's not that heavy, and it has 4.3 stars out of 5 on Amazon reviews. Now let's take a look at what's actually inside the INVERTEK power inverter box here. So taking a look at the packaging, it is a very generic type of packaging here. It's literally just a brown package with a 35 by 35 on the box. I assume that means the size of the packaging. It has a model number on the side that says MA500-11. Not sure what the 11 is, but it is made in China. You can see right here on the packaging. It has a couple of warning labels as well. It says cancer and reproductive harm on the front right here on the box, and it's got your barcode label here with the model number on it. And that is all that is on the generic packaging of the INVERTEK MA500-11 power inverter. So what does a power inverter do, and what can I use one for? A power inverter changes DC power from a battery into conventional AC power that you can use to operate all kinds of devices. Electric lights, kitchen appliances, microwaves, power tools, TVs, radios, computers, just to name a few. You can connect the inverter to a battery and plug your AC devices into the inverter, and you've got portable power whenever and wherever you need it. An inverter draws its power from a 12 volt battery, preferably a deep cycle, but any battery will work, or several batteries wired in parallel. The battery will need to be recharged as the power is drawn out by the inverter. The battery can be recharged by running the automobile motor or a gas generator, solar panels, or wind. You can then use your battery charger plugged into an AC outlet to recharge the battery. Now we can open up the box and take a look at what's inside the MA500-11 500 watt power inverter box. So let's take a look. Alright, so the first thing we see inside the box here is the power inverter here, and it is black, looks like black anodized aluminum here. And on the front it does say input 12 volts, DC 52 amps, output 100 volts AC, 60 hertz, which is normal, and then it has a USB 5 volt DC output that is capable of providing 2 amps. Now that is not enough to quick charge. It will not quick charge your device, so if you're buying this for quick charging, you will have to power another quick charger with this, and you could use the AC ports here to do that. What else is in the box here? Well, we have 2 things of cables here, which I have not opened. So let's take a look at what's inside these cables. It's actually one single thing of cabling here. Let's put the box aside for now and take a look inside of this. Alright, so inside the cabling we have, first of all, a cigarette lighter plug here. Let's go ahead and unzip tie or unbread tie this guy. And we do have a cigarette lighter adapter one end, and we have a little ring terminals on the other end. And if we take a look at the side of the power inverter, this would be where you would connect the actual ring terminals for the box. So that is the first wiring we have with the inverter. Now let's take a look at the second thing we have here with the power inverter. So the second thing we have here is a connector for a battery. So this connector here is made so that you can power your inverter directly off of a battery. So let's say you have a 12 volt battery readily available. You can go ahead and connect these 2 clamps to your battery, and you can power, and then you connect these ring terminals to the side of the inverter, and you can power your inverter with your standard 12 volt battery, either in your car or any other 12 volt battery. It doesn't have to be inside your car, but you can connect these clamps to 12 volts and power your inverter. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and as you can see here, I am working hard on getting this video edited, but I wanted to take a minute and share with you guys what you need to do exactly to search for an adapter on Amazon, and I will put a link in the description to this adapter here, but you need to kind of understand what you're looking for. So if we open up Amazon right here, we have done a search for a 12 volt power inverter. I may have called it an adapter. It actually is an inverter, and as you can see, what comes up here is the Invertek as a sponsor. Now that means some company, Invertek or another company, paid to have their product go right to the top of the page. Of course, it got my attention. I did end up buying this one right here, and I actually only bought it because it has these 2 feet right here that can be screwed on to the side of whatever you need. That was a big important factor for me, but also here it shows you a big picture of the parts list, and then right here it shows you that it has a 2 amp USB port. It does say ports here, that is incorrect. It has 1 USB port. It has a power indicator here, and I believe an overload indicator. There is a switch. It shows you the negative, positive terminal, and the cooling fan and the fuses. And then right here it tells you that it has some features here. It has over temperature protection, over voltage, low voltage, overload, and short circuit. And then it's 1,000 watt peak power. Don't mistake that for the average power it can handle is 500 watts. And here's some of the things you can power with your Invertek. And then here you see they have actually used the battery clamps to connect it to a battery. And if we go here, we see it is $42.99. I will provide a link in the description. If you want to spend more, you can get more. If you like red, you can grab a red one from some places. This one actually has 2 USB ports, which could be handy if you need 2 ports. I only have 1. This one has I think it looks like it might, just 2 USB ports. And there are plenty of others that go up in wattage. Now remember, you will need the appropriate wattage for whatever amount of power you need in total. And as you step up in watts here, notice $169 for a 2500 watt, $299 for a 3000 watt, and here's a 1000 watt one for $68. But there are plenty of choices here. My advice is to go with one that has high reviews and that has USB ports, and check out my links in the description. I'll put some links to some different power levels here for you also, so that you have a choice. But as we go down here, we see we have plenty of options here. We have some cool ones with like digital displays, which is neat. We have just normal ones again. We have some that have the plugs on top. If that's something that is important to you, you can have your plugs on top of the unit. And then we have this cool one that actually looks like a power strip. And you can see here that it has plugs on top and the fan on top. So if that's a better option for your install scenario, you might want to go with that. Here's one that is just like two little ones that plugs into your car outlet. And yeah, I will put a link in the description to some recommended ones, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little browse here for some 12-volt power inverters. So that's a quick look at the 500 watt INVERTERTEK power inverter, all the connections on it, and the wiring and the packaging. And when we get this unit actually in use, we can go ahead and tell you how it performs in the golf cart, because that's where it's going. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you like to see this kind of content, and I'll be bringing you much more in the future.